I don't know what day it is. I do know what day it is. I don't know what the date is. I'm gonna have to do a little math here. Sunday. 5th was the Saturday. 12th was the Saturday. 19th was the Saturday. 26th was the Saturday. So it's this 27th. There, I did my math. Nothing like starting your morning off with a little math. I'm sure my fly's zipped. Pardon me. It's a G-rated show. You didn't want to be revealing anything I shouldn't be revealing. Thought I'd dress up for you today. I popped on a pair of jeans and a collared shirt. Want to know a dirty little secret about my jeans and my collared shirt? Sure you do. Sure you do. They're not that clean. I wore them yesterday. They were sitting on my chair. I ventured out into the world yesterday. After the day before hiding, terrified and afraid and feeling sick 2 days ago. Thought yesterday I could break out, and I snuck out and I got dressed, wore a collared shirt, wore my Illini sweatshirt because there was a big football game last night or yesterday. Went out into the world, went to my coffee shop, ordered some tea with some honey because I thought it would do my cold some good. It did. It feels medicinal. Hello, beautiful. Feels medicinal. Tea with honey or just tea. And what was I saying? I don't know, it just felt good. It felt good getting out, felt good being a little productive after a day of not barely getting out of bed, calling in sick, and yesterday I got some things done, and that felt good. And I felt a little bit more optimism in the day yesterday. 2 days ago, I wait tables for anybody that doesn't know. I live in Naperville, Illinois. It's a suburb of the Chicago, western suburbs of the Chicago. It's really nice. Housing is expensive like it is across the land. Twice divorced, a lot of financial responsibilities. And I found myself in an extended stay, and I'm working my way out. Excuse me. And when you're sick and you're waiting tables, what was I going to say? It's, you don't make money. You don't make money. I mean, I guess in a lot of jobs, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Hold on. Before I get to the meat of the show, my name's Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Sunday morning. It is October 27th. It is just about 7 a.m. Happy Sunday. This is a show, good morning, Julie, that I've been doing for quite some time. I figured it was your first cup, Ricky. This is a show I've been doing for quite some time, and it is a show about me talking, and it is a show about me kind of sharing the adventures of one man as he navigates his path through life. And, well, happy birthday to you, Willow. Happy 21st birthday to you. Wasn't there a movie, Willow? I think there was a movie, Willow, with a bunch of little people in it. And Willow was a little baby at the beginning. I don't know. Set in the medieval times. But anyway, it's a show about a guy navigating his path down life's highway. And I think that might have been mixed metaphors or something. So let's skip to that part of the intro and hop into, for those that have been watching a while, you know, it's not just a show about me talking. You know, that is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I have a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me. And I am so excited, I think, to have my first sip at this, for me, relatively late hour. And my hope is that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I struggled the last 3 days. I woke up very sick 2 days ago, felt a little better yesterday, and feel pretty good today, but still have some congestion. Still not enjoying the coffee just as much as a guy that's got a show called Coffee with Ken should be enjoying it. And I feel in some ways, I don't know, I feel almost disingenuous, like I'm not really Coffee with Ken right now. Let me try it again. Maybe it was just a bad sip. It wasn't a bad sip. It's just that I've been fighting a bug. But hold on. Let me try anyway. Oh, well, again, it's nice. It's the toasted coconut, and it's nice. Probably be better off if it was some tea today and what have you. But I'm thankful for the coffee I have. I'm thankful. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Alexandra Hope. Alexandra Hope left early yesterday. She left early yesterday. In case you don't think I follow you, those that tune in and out, Alexandra Hope, I think, had to head off to work early yesterday. So she sent me a gift, and I appreciate that. But anyway, it is Sunday morning, and I'm just getting going. Kind of had intermittent sleep. I think it's hard to sleep through the night when you're fighting a cold. And just because night and day and night kind of blurs together, and you're taking naps during the day, and, half your, I don't know. So I'd wake up at 3 a.m. I wouldn't feel tired. I'd still have the sniffles, feel like not my best, but kind of feel out of sorts. And today is a day where I'm going back out into the wild world. Full time, going back to work. I feel better. I was thankful I was able to take off 2 days ago and that I had the day off yesterday. Because, I was debating at the time, should I go into work or should I not? And I'm glad I didn't, because Friday was a hard day and Saturday felt good to mend. And today I think I'm ready to take it back on. So going to need to up my coffee intake to take on the day. So here I will. I have a few thoughts for you. You're going to be excited about this. Beautiful says they always wake up at 3 a.m. for no reason. Yeah. I wonder if you have ways to drift back off to sleep, or things that work for you, or you're stressed, or you're anxious, or you got to go to the bathroom, or you drink, or what the cause is, but what have you. Again, I have a few thoughts for you. I don't think people, okay, I'll just say it, that are overweight and struggling with their weight I don't think they're eating because they're hungry. I don't think they're eating because they're hungry at all. I think they're eating because they're bored. And the reason I say that is I've been eating because I'm a little bored lately, or I'm looking for something to do. Or I'll be laying in bed, home from a shift of work, not needing to eat, and realizing there's a tub of ice cream in the fridge or freezer. And I don't know. It's certainly not for hunger that I start digging in. And I think the same craving is so tied to the same craving one has for alcohol and overconsumption in any way. Yeah. Because I was sitting there and going, why am I even breaking out And then I got a bag of pretzels. I was thinking it was a low-fat alternative, and maybe it is. But I just wanted something to munch on. That's my thought about that. I had a dream last night where, hold on, let me have another sip. Oh, and my seventh grade reading teacher was in it, and she was at my high school for some reason. Maybe her name was Miss Wallenberg. I'm sure she's gone now because this was a long time ago that I was in seventh grade. Um, but for some reason, she was in high school, and she was excited to see me and recognized who I was. And again, she was an older woman when I was in seventh grade, and I was in seventh grade in 1981, so 43 years ago. So I'm sure she's passed, but I wonder if teachers, I don't know, I think it'd be neat to be a teacher in a lot of ways, to feel like you make a difference in children's lives. You know, I can probably name every teacher I've ever had, or every elementary school teacher I've ever had. And that must mean something. Anyway, Ms. Wallenberg asked what I was up to professionally right now. And I tried to explain to her. I led with content creator or hosting a pod, or working on a podcast or building a podcast or what have you. And she wasn't super impressed, I don't think. Maybe she was busy. I think it was the first day of class. I think it was the first day of class, and people were going to their lockers, and there was a ton of activity in the high school. But I almost felt bad that I told her I was doing a show called Coffee with Ken and waiting tables. I don't know if it's some inner guilt coming out, or if it's, I don't know, just random synapses, things going off, electric shocks going off in your brain, and it needed to be put together. Maybe there's a message to your dreams, maybe there's not. Excuse me. Got me thinking a lot. Got me thinking a lot, though, when I woke up. I do a lot of thinking when I wake up. Mowing God just shared the live. Well, thank you so much for sharing the live, Mowing God. I'm supposed to encourage more viewers to share. We got 57 people watching on an early Sunday morning. That feels pretty good. But it's Sunday, and I go to work today. And it feels strange. I go to work at like 10:15 this morning. And to me, it feels like a Monday. And something about going into work at 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning doesn't feel right for some reason. Doesn't feel right for some reason. And I'm fortunate to have it. I called off work on Friday. I need the money. I need the job. I need the hours. But still, something about working. Something about working on a Sunday at 10 a.m. and not being able to go to church today, or not spending time with my family or my kids. And I mean, I don't spend a heck of a lot of time with my family and my kids right now anyway. Somebody said early on in the post that I need some friends. I got a lot of friends. I got lots of friends. I got lots of family. But right now I just feel so focused that on what I need to do to get where I want to go. And I think it weighs on me from time to time. What kind of job do I work at? I'm a waiter right now. I wait tables. I was a stockbroker for 10 years right out of college. I have a finance degree from the University of Illinois. I kind of floated around in the early 2000s and became a realtor in 2005 and did that for 17 years. Left that a couple of years ago and have been trying to find my way since then. And I think, and I was thinking about it as I was making the coffee today, I went on a couple interviews over the last few weeks and wasn't quite right for the position, or the position wasn't quite right for me. And it wasn't a match. It wasn't a match. Highland says, why don't you use your degree? For what? For what? Firewood? Kindling? You know, again, the job I have and the job I interviewed for wasn't quite a match. And it kind of bummed me out. And I realized I struggle in maybe corporate settings and when I'm surrounded with people that are doing their jobs. And maybe because, and if I look back on the path I took, well, thank you, Jamie. If I look back on the path I took and the jobs I've chosen and the job I'm even doing now, uh, for you, um, doesn't fit in with the corporate job mold and doesn't fit in with the corporate job mold. And I think I struggle with that. I think I struggle with that. Yeah, let's do that. What would I change about the path I took? I don't think I'd change anything. I don't think I'd change anything. I don't think I'd fit in a corporate job. I worked at Target a year and a half ago. I wanted to change the way Target does their business. I did. I was working in the cereal aisle, stocking shelves, and I wanted to change the way Target did its business. And I wanted to lead the meetings. Honestly, their meetings sucked. They'd have staff meetings and everyone would get around and kind of talk. And I don't know. I just felt they should have been done better. And I'd always chirp in and say something. I thought it could have been a better team, more inspired, more enthused. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe in corporate America, inspiration and enthusiasm isn't wanted or appreciated. Because when you burn bright, the people above you, maybe it shines on a light on the people above you, and they don't want that. They don't want that. Because they're doing their jobs, and their jobs are to look at you and answer to the people above them. And I struggle with that. I struggle with that. And it's been hard to find my place. It's been hard to find my place. And maybe my place is exactly where I'm at. 56 years old, 10 years a decent stockbroker, 17 years a realtor, and now waiting tables. And honestly making as much money consistently as, making as much money consistently as I have, all my checks were bigger as a stockbroker, and many of my checks were bigger as a realtor. But it's the first time I know I'm going into work and I'm going to make a decent amount of money, and I'm going to come home with it. Zy Myers says, corporate America is a sham. I don't know if corporate America is a sham, but I think if I was to get a job right now, I should work for a small business owner or work for somebody who owns the company or interview with somebody who owns the company. I went on a couple interviews last week, and I think I would have been an asset to both companies I was with. And I think the people I was sitting with knew I would have been an asset. I work hard, I have a positive energy, I'm smart and enthusiastic. Seems you can find a spot in your company for that. But I wasn't right for the exact jobs I was meeting for. And one offered a base salary, and the base salary wasn't enough to pay my bills, to be honest with you. I think I could have done great at the job if they would have given me some freedoms to do the job the way I saw it being done. But I think in a corporate setting, maybe you're not given the freedoms to do a job, to reinvent the wheel or to do things differently or to stand out or to shine. And I struggle with that. I really do. I'll tell people when they're interviewing them, you might get tired of me. I have a lot of enthusiasm. And again, I don't know if that's always wanted in jobs, in corporate America. When you have bosses to answer to, and what matters is answering to those higher above you. Do I struggle with just sticking to the parameters of a job duty? Well, I must, because just the words job duty hurt me. You know, I work hard. If somebody tells me to scrub a toilet, I'll scrub a toilet. Yeah. I mean, so I'm not above doing anything. You know, I've done manual labor. I've cleaned toilets. I've done all sorts of yucky jobs. So I'm not above anything. But yeah, I think I want to think outside the box, maybe. Or I think I do and I can't help it. Or my mind and my body, you know, I live in a world outside the box. And sometimes that world can be tiring. And sometimes it'd be nice to wake up on a Sunday morning and roll over and kiss your wife and go make breakfast for your kids and have that kind of life. And it's certainly not the kind of life I have right now. Somebody said, you do you, and I appreciate that. But sometimes doing you is hard. Hold on, let me get my coffee. Especially when you is me, if that makes sense. Hold on, let me get some more coffee. Oh. Yeah, because the gentleman I was interviewing with the other day said, well, we can't reinvent the wheel here. And I get that, because he's doing his job, and that's not what his job is. And he wasn't going to reinvent a position for me. Nor should he. But I think the issue, for me, is because he didn't have... A lot of times you'll interview with people that don't want to hire. There's no advantage for them to hire the risky play, the one that's going to knock the ball off or the cover off the ball. It's easier for them to hire the safe play that's going to do the results that they're used to getting and they're okay with and their bosses are okay with. And I struggle with that. Yeah. And I don't know what I'm going to do because I can't change it. I think if I went to... Somebody asked, why don't I do a finance job earlier? They got silenced for 5 minutes. I didn't like the suggestion. I would struggle in it. I'd feel like a lion in a zoo, pacing back and forth. I've worked in finance jobs before and I struggled with it. I've worked in a bank before and I hated it. Couldn't stand it. The energy sucked my soul. I'm just going to let it out. Yeah, because everyone was in there doing their jobs and kind of just quietly going about it, but not liking it, waiting until the day ended so they could go home and leave their job behind. And I've never been one that's good at leaving work behind or just doing my job. At Target, I'd go around and wonder why other aisles, why there was, I'd be walking to the front and go through the makeup aisle and I'd get frustrated that I'd see makeup, on the floor or what have you. Even as a customer, I get frustrated with that. Well, Highland, I didn't think of it till now. I didn't think of it till now. I'm sorry, I muted you. Just kind of happened. But yeah, no, I've done finance before. I don't want to be in corporate America. I can't fit in corporate America, no matter how hard I try, because I don't fit in. I don't fit in. So, what do I do with this knowledge? I guess what I do with this knowledge is I keep moving forward. But boy, sometimes moving forward, and I'm looking forward to work today. I'm going to make probably decent money. I'm going to get there at 10. I'm going to open up my restaurant. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to make my customers laugh and smile and what have you, and make some decent money. But I must say, I struggle that it's not enough. That I'm still here in an extended stay and I'm still struggling with bills and paying for mistakes of the past and doing my best. And sometimes it feels your best isn't good enough. Which brings me to the last little note I wrote, that God doesn't work on deadlines. That God doesn't work on deadlines. And Otis said I should work in social. I bet you blue collar would be satisfying. Formerly known as Skeeter said blue collar is satisfying. I bet it's satisfying as heck and pays pretty well. You go in, whether it's plumbing or electricity or roofing or whatever, you do an honest day's work and you get paid for it. And you bring a skill to the table. You know, if there's some serious issues with anything in my home, I call a professional to fix it because I can't do it myself. And I think that would be a great feeling. I think that would be a great feeling. So I don't know I don't think I have any blue collar skills. I'm not really good with my hands. But I'll bet you a blue collar job, working in a trade somewhere would be, would have been an awesome career. And I bet you they make a heck of a lot of money these days. Otis said I should look into social services. I make a difference. Well, I appreciate you for saying I make a difference. Somebody commented on a post of mine today, and I didn't know who it was, and I looked them up, and they owned a therapy business in the northern suburbs. And I almost reached out to ask if she was hiring. But honestly, and I'll give you the inside, she was an attractive blonde woman. And I wasn't sure if my motives were pure and if I was really looking into a job opportunity for a therapy position, for a therapist position, or a therapist assistant position, or if it's because she was a pretty blonde woman. For a while, I thought God acted in mysterious ways, and maybe this person commented that I didn't know because it was a door opening. But then I thought maybe it was just old-fashioned lust. So I was conflicted. I was conflicted. Have I ever thought about looking into being a paraprofessional in schools? I'm not even totally sure what a paraprofessional is. And I don't think schools would be a very good setting. I don't think schools would be a very good setting for me. I think I have various skills that would be very good, but I think I have much too free of a mouth to work in the education department. I'd get in trouble really quickly. I don't know if I can talk about something. I won't even say it, but I mean, I didn't even know it was a problem. Didn't even know it was a problem. But it brings up too many pain. Do I have a degree? Yes, I do, Jamie. It's in finance. And no, I'm not going back into finance. For me, finance always meant handling people's money. I think I'm good with numbers. I know I'm good with numbers. I'm good with people. I'm good at talking. I'm actually kind of good at waiting tables. Outside of splitting checks. Splitting checks is confusing as heck for me. Uh, yeah. But again, yeah, God doesn't work on a deadline. And I spent the last couple days, because I was sick, I could barely get out of bed, especially on Friday, editing a lot of videos and posting some videos and hoping some videos would explode and be seen by bajillions of people, and that would be the answer to my prayers or my thoughts or my what have you. And they were all fine, and they did fine. And my social media platforms all grew a little bit, and my subscribers grew, and the revenue grew, and everything was fine. But I was thinking that I was sick 2 days ago, to give me time to give me rest from the restaurant and take a day off and maybe edit some videos and get some extra sleep. And was hoping things would, when I woke up on Sunday, it feels like a Monday, when I woke up on Sunday, that all my answers, I would have all the answers. And I don't have all the answers. As a matter of fact, I may have more questions today than I did 2 days ago. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? Got 83 people watching right now. It's a pretty good number. There must be something to this. There must be something to this. I don't know. If 87 of you are sitting here watching me talk on a Sunday morning at 7:30, drinking coffee. Because I'll tell you what, I was a realtor. I could have done a real estate show or done a buyer seminar or what have you and talked about real estate till I was blue in the face. But I couldn't have gotten 8.7 people to that meeting or that call or watching. But I can get 87 people here on a Sunday morning just to listen to me talk. Carolina said it's kind of like therapy for us. So that's got to provide value to you, because if it's like therapy for you. And that's kind of what I was thinking. Excuse me. And Otis said earlier that I should work in social services. Dory says, I bought my condo 40 years ago and I was the selling realtor. Well, that's so fun, Dory. That's so fun. Why am I still not a realtor? I didn't enjoy real estate. I didn't enjoy real estate. I didn't. I was 53 years old. I was fairly okay at real estate. I was already divorced, on my way to a second divorce. I'd already had a lot of financial responsibilities. I think if one's going to succeed, if any would-be realtor are out there, I would suggest you have a spouse with a salary and benefits and not an ex-wife that you pay child support to, because the paychecks are inconsistent and large. And on the hard months, those months can be really, really hard. And if you put 2 or 3 of those months together, you can find yourself deep underwater pretty quickly. And the only way, I'm pretty nose to the grindstone and a big believer in my own abilities. And I think I worked really hard as a realtor and only did fairly okay. And I don't want to just do fairly okay. I don't want to just do fairly okay. Jojo asked if I'm a dreamer. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's dreaming. I mean, right now, maybe it looks like dreaming. here's what I figure. I figure if I can get 81 people on a Sunday morning here watching me drink my coffee and talk, why can't I get 810 people on, or 8,100, or 81,000, or 810,000? Why can't this show grow more? Why can't it grow more? And if it keeps growing, and I'll tell you what, I'm pretty smart too. I'm pretty smart too. And I see, and I struggle because the line between crazy and genius and delusional, there's all very fine lines. I promise you, Albert Einstein was kind of delusional and sort of crazy and a genius all rolled into one. And I'm not saying I got the smarts like Albert Einstein, but I think if you're an artist, you're a little bit wacky too. I think if you create things, you got to be a little nutty. You got to think outside the box and not just follow the rules and go along and do what the guy in front of you says or listen to the boss all the time. And I think, the people, the biggest stars on TV probably are those type of people. And for every one that makes it, there's probably 100 people that doesn't, that wait tables and that struggle and make it through. Somebody asked, what do I do now? Somebody asked, what's my thoughts on the critical race theory? Somebody also asked what happened with my second marriage. I don't know. I don't know if I want to answer any of those questions. I don't know if I want to answer any of those questions. But Jojo asked if I'm a dreamer. And again, Blind Awakening Art said they were pretty successful as a realtor for 22 years. You worked your butt off 7 days a week. Okay, Blind Awakening Art. I post a lot of videos about the real estate business, and I think a lot of realtors take offense to what I'm saying, and I don't think they're hearing me. I don't think they understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying realtors are overpaid. I think the problem and why you had to work your butt off is there were so many realtors and you had to fight so hard to get more clients. And there wasn't enough transactions for the amount of realtors. So most of the time, most realtors spend at work is trying to find new customers. And it's because I think the market's kind of broken and isn't operating the way it should, or in a true market, free market should. And I think that's my issue. I think real estate could be cool if you didn't have to spend 95% of your time trying to find somebody to go to work for. Okay. Blind Awakening said had sudden vision loss and had to retire. Okay. Well, they agree. I'm not bashing the industry. I'm saying the industry doesn't work right. And I'm saying commissions are too high. Not because realtors are overpaid, but almost because they're underpaid. Because they have to charge a ton for each customer, or else because they don't have enough customers. What is one supposed to do if they're worried about their partner will die from substance abuse? User, I would say pray, take care of yourself, be the best example you can, but I don't think you can snap somebody out of that. I think they have to want to snap out of that themselves, and they have to realize their life is worth fighting for. And it sounds like they don't think their life is worth fighting for right now. And sorry about that, because I'm sure it's hard. In some small ways. It would have been easier just keeping the path I was on. Drinking on the couch. Figuring my liver would go out at one day. But I'd at least have a lot of good Sundays cheering for the home team while drinking my Heineken. But I wanted to make a difference. And here I am, staying in an extended stay, drinking coffee on a Sunday morning, getting to go to work in 2 hours at a restaurant. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'll tell you what, I struggled on Friday emotionally and all sorts of ways because I felt like I was taking a big step back by not leaving my room and not going to work and not getting out in the public and not feeling good and eating ice cream and sleeping all day. And for a guy that makes it through by moving forward and feeling like he's being productive and going to the gym or going to work or smiling at a barista, not being able to do any of those things made me feel like I wasn't making it through. And Friday was tough. So I'm excited to be able to go back to work today and work hard. And I was talking about it earlier. I struggle in corporate America. I struggle in jobs, typical jobs. The nice thing about jobs is it usually doesn't take any creativity to do a job, because the tasks of the job are laid out for you and the job description is laid out for you, and you do your job or you do the duties of the job. And in some ways that's refreshing. And again, I was a realtor and I left real estate 2 years ago and became a stock clerk at a Target. And for a while I loved it. Because I'd go in every day, I'd check in, I'd get my little scanner from the back office. I'd go to the warehouse, I'd fill up the trolley or whatever, the rolly thingy with boxes. I'd wheel it out. I'd wheel it out to my aisle, the cereal aisle. I'd open up the boxes, I'd stock the shelves, I'd take the excess inventory to back, and then I'd get another cart and do it all day. And that's what my job was. And I loved it for a while. But again, it was a job. And I had bosses. And I wanted things done differently. And my big ego and my big ideas and my big dreams got in the way. So can I tone down who I am? I don't think so. I don't think so. So what do? I drink my coffee. I go live every morning here on TikTok. I post those videos on various social media platforms. I go into work today. I work hard. I have a great shift. I make money. I cover my financial responsibilities. I keep a roof over my head. When I get home tonight, I edit some of these videos and post them as well. And whether I pick up 2 subscribers today on TikTok or 20 or 200 or on any of the other social media channels, I keep moving forward and I keep doing my best and I keep finding things I'm grateful for, and I keep sending love to my 4 beautiful kids, even if I don't get to see them every day. And be grateful. And I guess that's my plan. Oh. But anyway, it's Sunday morning. And I appreciate you guys for hopping on today. Well, thank you, Kim Williams. I'm dressed up for you. Kim Williams said my shirt looks nice. Somebody says, sort of sounds like I struggle no matter where I work. I don't think I struggled in the jobs I had. Maybe I do. I don't know. Do I struggle? Maybe life's a struggle. Blind Awakening Art says, never did well with jobs. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, if you say struggle like I don't fit in, I'll give you that. Lisa Smith, who's a wise one and only says a little bit. Corporate jobs require discipline. Entrepreneurship requires hustle. That might be true, Lisa Smith. That might be true. And I may lack discipline. I don't think I would have done well in the military. What was my favorite job when I was younger? Shoveling snow. When I was young, shoveling snow. I had a buddy named Chris, and he and I would shovel snow. And on snowy days, I had this big shovel, and he was smaller, I was bigger and stronger a little bit. Mine was called the plow, and his was more of a scraper. But he was a salesman, and he was a better salesman than me. And we'd go around, and we'd knock on doors and ask people if they needed their driveway shoveled. And it was good, honest, hard work with a little bit of salesmanship wrapped into it. So yeah, shoveling snow was my favorite job when I was younger. Oh, Blind Awakening Art, follow the live creator. I appreciate that, Blind Awakening Art, and we seem to have a slightly similar path. Well, I got 89 people watching. I was getting ready to wrap it up. How can I wrap it up at 89 people? I thought of going live at a different time yesterday. I don't think going live more is my answer. I kind of feel I have a nice little thing where I go live every morning, drink some coffee, talk to my phone, and engage in conversation. Stacy says I should start my own landscape service. Cut grass in summer, leaves in fall, snow removal in the winter. Yeah, this might be an excuse. But that sounds like a young person's game. And granted, so does waiting tables. But I think Kim Williams says an evening live would be nice. Maybe an evening live would be nice. What would I drink? What would I drink in the evening? I could drink coffee in the evening. Somebody said evening is off-brand for me. And it may be. But I'll tell you what, sometimes it doesn't. I think I have something here. 89 of you agree with me. If you could get 89 people, let me tell you, that's a decent crowd. I watch some people that have, hundreds of thousands of followers here on TikTok, and they might have 150 people watching them on their live shows. So 89 is a pretty good audience, which tells me that there's something to this, for whatever reason. And I can't edit any more videos. I'm tired. And a little bit, that stops me from doing more live videos, because all of my shorts and reels and TikToks, or most of them, come right from these live videos. And let me tell you, if there's any part of you that is bored with the show you are watching right now, that is Coffee with Ken and me talking, I watch them all again to edit them. And that takes a long time. And although I occasionally find myself amusing, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'll be laying in bed and trying to edit a video, and it might be an hour long, and I'll hear the first few words, and I'll go, Ken, are you still... And I'll wake up and the video's over. And don't know how far I made it into the video. And rewind and start over. Nellie said they were scrolling and there's really nobody else on. You know, I know for some that might hurt their confidence or hurt their ego or hurt something. But even if you can fill a void because there's nobody else on, you're still filling a void. And to be honest, I have a hard time believing that there's nobody else on, Nellie. Because in America alone, there's 150 million people on TikTok. And worldwide, there's got to be more than that. So I can't be the only person going live right now. So either way, whether you're just filling the void because there's nobody else on, even if you're filling a void, you know, Sunday morning, a lot of times you'll see, if you're flipping the channels, there might be a pastor talking on TV, and I'll tell you, you might end up watching them because there's no football game on or nothing super exciting on, so you'll watch, even if you're just the best thing available, that might be enough. Avenue B says they like to think that the world we live in offers an infinite number of possibilities in any moment. I believe that it does. Howdy, Will Bill. I believe that it does too. Because at any moment, somebody could hop on that could change my life, or you could come across anybody that could change your life as well. Amy Marie asked if I'm in Illinois. Yes, I am. I'm in Naperville, western suburbs of Chicago. Western suburbs of Chicago. But it's Sunday morning. Wow, we're getting some people following the Live Creator. I thank you so much for following the Live Creator. I've been doing this show in one form or the other for about 5 years now, and I go live almost every morning, sometime between 5:30 and 6:30 here on TikTok. I usually talk for about an hour, sometimes less. I post a lot of shorts and reels. I talk about my own experiences, be it career highs and lows, or sobriety, or mental health, or lack thereof, or relationship struggles, or stuff. And hope the show makes a difference, and I feel that it does. And I try and move forward with a pretty good attitude every day, but I wake up with a lot of doubts, like a lot of us probably do every morning. And I talk myself out of bed and smile more than I cry, but I cry almost every day as well. I've always been an emotional guy, but I'm doing my best. And sometimes I feel my best isn't good enough, and you pray and you keep doing your best and you keep moving forward, and you go where life takes you. And I'm excited to see where my day takes me today. Honestly, I'm going to post this video, and I'm probably going to eat some breakfast, and then I'm going to hop in the shower and get ready for my work shift today, because I get to be in in 2 hours and 25 minutes. And I'm looking forward to working today. Getting back out there and doing my best today. Excuse me. And I hope you're looking forward to your day as well. And I appreciate you guys, especially anyone that followed my page. It means a lot to me. I post a lot of videos, and I appreciate you following me today, Laura. Laura Yellow Moon. Sounds like a Native American. I wonder if Laura Yellow Moon is a Native American. I'm feeling better, Stacy. Thank you for asking. And thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Again, I so appreciate you sharing part of your Sunday morning with me and following along in my little adventure. I want to thank you so much for joining. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.